Tej.
Hi Liam. I think there's probably only one place to start. The goal that you conceded seemed really simple for this level. How can you explain how it went in?
Yeah, there's a tactical issue. We press in a different way to most teams. It's a new way of pressing. We don't step on the press, and then we don't cover in the position that we should have done. Mistakes happen. They had nothing. They had nothing in the game, and we gave them a goal. We talk about the press. I think the press was the reason Newcastle had to kick long balls back to us, and we controlled the game. But in that moment, we make a mistake, and it feels like at the moment every mistake we're making is ending up in the back of our net, and we need to make sure we stop those mistakes.
Does that make it even more disappointing, because then you have 2 or 3 really good chances yourselves? Obviously the Delap chance, a couple of headers, potential penalty. Did it just feel like it sort of all went wrong?
No, I wouldn't say it all went wrong. First 15-20 minutes, I think anyone watching the game would say which way the game was headed. We had control, we had domination, we created chances and moments, and then that goal gave Newcastle the energy that they needed to see out the game in the way that they wanted to play. For me, it's 2 aspects. One, we lacked a little bit of mental freshness in the final third, a combination or the right decision or that bit of quality in the moment. And the second thing is we need to make sure we stay. If we're not going to score, the other team don't score. And the disappointing thing today for me is we haven't kept a clean sheet when Newcastle, if they're being honest, didn't really create much. We gift them a goal, and that's something that I really, really need to solve for us to improve in the future.
Jack.
Liam, you spoke about Newcastle having energy. Do you feel that was something that collectively you lacked today? So you haven't got too many options in terms of the squad?
Yeah, it's difficult at the moment with the injuries, especially in attacking areas. I'll never make excuses. Injuries are a part of the season, but you're missing 3 of our most important players in terms of unlocking a low block, which is your wingers. So Jamie was due back on the bench, and he felt his hamstring late after training yesterday, so we're just checking up on him. Obviously Esteval's out, Pedro suspended, and you'd love to freshen it up. We tried to find different tactical solutions. In saying that, I think we got into the final third enough times. We just didn't take advantage of those moments. They've scored a goal. Other than that, from one mistake, that I can't remember them having a clear chance on our goal.
And can I ask what you made of the referee in the middle?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. There's more focus and emphasis on the things that don't matter. I'm going to make it really clear. I want to protect my players. I'm respectful to the game. My players made a decision that they wanted to be around the ball, to respect the ball, and show unity and leadership. That is not my decision. That was a decision between a leadership group and a team. There is nothing that they're doing with that huddle that is disrespectful to the opposition. And do you know what's amazing? Before the game, it wasn't me. We had a meeting with the referee. My assistant goes in. The first thing he talks about is our huddle. And he says about when I complained about Arsenal being in our half. It wasn't the goalkeeper coach that was in our half, and people who were at that game at Arsenal know why I said what I said. We're not being disrespectful to the opposition. If Paul had focused more on his job, which was to make the right decision, we have a penalty today. I don't think anybody in this room can say that Voltemada doesn't kick Cole Palmer down in the box. So let's focus on the things that are important. My team showing unity is not as important as getting the decisions right on the pitch.
Kieran?
Can I just check with Pedro Neto? When did the FA tell you about the 1-match ban? Did that disrupt plans, your lineup?
No, we were semi-preparing for it because we knew it was going to a hearing. Obviously, it's really disappointing because he would have made a huge difference today. And yeah, we've spoken a lot about discipline and what that can cost you. It cost us Pedro on the pitch today, who could have made a huge difference. The FA have made their decision on that. And yeah, I won't comment further on that.
Nizar?
I just wanted to ask you about 2 players not involved. Just Philip Jorgensen obviously missed out.
Yeah.
I thought he might be involved, and then Josh actually won as well.
Yeah, so Philippe felt his groin. Yesterday he couldn't train. Very lucky. I thought Rob actually performed very, very well today in every aspect. Hopefully Philippe will be back really, really soon. And Josh, for me, that's just a decision I made in terms of the bench, what we needed for a really physical, dominant Newcastle team when it comes to set plays. Having Benoit, Mamadou and Tosin to deal with that, I felt was a better way to go. Josh is not out of my plans at all, and he comes back into my thinking for Tuesday.
So just asking in terms of Champions League, like how do you take this as a, in a race for the Champions League? What's your message?
Yeah, it's a blow. There was going to be plenty of twists and turns. For me, I showed the players the league table up until today. In terms of my time with this group, we're third in the league. In my time with the group. And it feels like sometimes it's not that, but that's the case. We're not out of it. The last league game we played, we won 4-1 at Aston Villa. Today was a really difficult day, a frustrating day because we didn't get the result that we want, but I still think there's a consistency in our performances.
Matt?
Yeah, just going back to the huddle and what you said, will you maybe, when the players look at altering it and doing it to avoid a similar situation?
Yeah, I'll be honest, Matt, I didn't speak to Paul today or his officials. I thought it wasn't the right thing to do today, but I'll be speaking to PGMOL. I'll be speaking to the refs and just trying to get an understanding of why that happened today.
There seem to be other officials have said that they think it's because it was Newcastle's kick-off and therefore the referee controls the ball and controls when the kick-off will take place.
Well, yeah, we were told in the rule book it's about timing. You can be where you want on timing. I'm not. I just want to find a solution to this because we're actually talking about something that's nowhere near as important as what's happening on the pitch.
Yeah. Cool. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.